We're getting ready to go do some, what do we call it, exploring?
Yeah, I would say exploring. Urban exploring.
Urban exploring. So here in Key West, a lot of the things that people do when they come in on cruise ships is water sports, jet skis, sailboats, all that stuff. But we kind of, that's part of our everyday life, so we're going to go see what's on shore. And this requires shoes and socks.
It does.
Welcome back to Sailing Out of Sight. I'm Diane. This is Craig, and this is our pirate pup, Bonnie. Learning as we go, together we are sailing out of sight in search of blue water. Our first stop is going to be the southernmost point buoy. It's famous here in Key West. But is it truly the southernmost point?
We're not lying, people.
We're not lying, people. No, we've been here, done that, so we'll just pretend that we were in front of it like the last.
We'll do some photoshopping.
Maybe we want a picture of us young in front of it.
Pictures young in front of it.
Well, the last time we were here and took the picture in front of it.
We were younger.
Yeah, about 15 years ago.
It was our 25th anniversary was one time, and then later with Lori and Albert.
Did we? I don't think we came down here with Lori and Albert. Did we?
I think we did.
Okay.
Probably didn't take a picture because there was probably a line.
Yeah. That answer would be false. The southernmost point is actually a beach area at Fort Zachary Taylor Historic State Park. It's approximately 500 feet further south than this buoy. Fort Zachary Taylor was completed in 1866 and rises 50 feet above sea level.
This is where the cannons were mounted.
The fort served as a deterrent for Confederate ships during the Civil War.
That's the housing quarters, and
It also was a stronghold against forces in the Spanish-American War. This moat would be a deterrent enough for me. Yep. The fort was also used during World War I, World War II, and the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Now, after 1800, things changed. Rather than treasure ships, it was merchant ships dominating our waters. The pirates, who had been attracted by all of this treasure, were undeterred. They just went about attacking whatever was out there, didn't care what kind of ship it was. But the Navy cared a lot. And when Florida became part of the U.S. in 1821, they said enough is enough with the pirates. They created an anti-piracy squadron, sent Commodore David Porter down here in 1823 to run it, and in 2 years' time had effectively eliminated piracy in the region.
What is a shipwrecker? A shipwrecker is a guy that stands watch on a 90-foot observation tower. When he spots a wreck, they would go to the ship and salvage the goods to be sold at auction. The wreckers would be awarded 25 to 50% of the profits. In the golden age of sailing, 100 ships a day would pass Key West on average. One ship per week would wreck somewhere on the reef.
went down the wrong side. This is the dam.
Makes me a little worried. He's the one that navigates. Did you know chickens are protected by a city ordinance in Key West? They're considered wild birds like a pelican or blue heron. Mel Fisher is an American treasure hunter, best known for finding the 1622 wreck of the Spanish galleon Nuestra Senora de Atocha in the Florida waters. Estimated at $450 million, it included 40 tons of gold and silver bars, 114,000 silver coins known as pieces of 8, gold coins, Colombian emeralds, and much more. Ever wonder where our pup got her name? From Pirate Ann Bonny, of course. In August of 2015, 23 men and 1 woman arrived from Cuba in this makeshift boat made of empty 55-gallon drums and a pickup truck engine. The birthplace of American International Flight Service. Founded in 1927, Pan Am began as a scheduled airmail and passenger service between Key West and Havana, Cuba. Mockingbird. The mockingbird, best known for mimicking songs of other birds and even insects and amphibians in loud, rapid succession. It's also the state bird of Texas. If you were back home, Craig wouldn't like it. Says it's 88 steps up there. Let's see what 88 steps feels like. Banyan trees right there. Okay. Halfway. The light. This was an addition to the lighthouse. The stairs and railing have changed. And it started about right there where you see the yellow. There's a tower addition. We'll have to Google it to find out when. The original lighthouse was completed in 1948, but with the growth of trees and taller buildings starting to obstruct the light, an addition was to raise the lighthouse 25 feet was completed in 1894, placing the lighthouse 100 feet above sea level. Warm. Whew. There's the Atlantic. It is said that Hemingway's favorite drink was the mojito, which involves rum. But sources say because of diabetes in his family, he typically stayed away from the sugary drink, and he preferred a very dry martini.
Honey, citrus, people sometimes get like buttery tones.
The banyan tree, characterized by aerial prop roots. That tree spans 3 different properties. Old trees spread laterally by using prop roots.
Oh yeah. This is a second root going down.
Prop roots develop over considerable area and resemble a grove of trees with every
Pretty
trunk
cool.
connected either directly or indirectly to the primary trunk.
The Ernest Hemingway House. No credit cards and the admission price. What a novel sign.
Yeah. After Hemingway's death, the property was sold and the family took most of the belongings, leaving behind some of the larger pieces. The house is still filled with lots of memorabilia and some pieces are original. While Ernest Hemingway was living in this home in Key West, he wrote the novels Green Hills of Africa, The Snows of Kilimanjaro, The Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber, and To Have Not. After his death, a manuscript was discovered in a vault in the garage. This work was published posthumously in 1970 as Islands in the Stream. This is the master bathroom. I want you to remember this room. We'll talk about it more later.
You know, I know it's an old house, but I could live here just because of this porch. It's gorgeous. You will notice the lighthouse over there. I was told that this room right here at the corner of the Hemingways, this is the bathroom, the master bathroom. And it is considered the room with the view because the lighthouse has a straight shot to view who's ever in the bathtub. So don't think you have any privacy in that bathroom. There's another kitty. Don't know if he has 6 toes. Looks like he does. Kitty, 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 kitty. See the 6th toe?
There are currently 57 cats on the property. Hemingway, they say, at one time had close to 200. They do spade and neuter the cats, but one lucky couple each year is chosen to be unaltered so they can carry on the bloodline.
This is the watering trough that most of the cats use. And the bottom part of it down here is the old urinal from Smokey Joe's, the original Smokey Joe's. So, there you go.
The Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory is home to 50 to 60 varieties of butterfly species from around the world. They say that butterflies live on average 2 weeks. If you plan on visiting the conservatory, just know that they keep it 80% humidity and 80 degrees inside of the building. Meet Rhett and Scarlet. At birth, flamingos are either white or gray, and it takes 2 to 3 years to attain their bright pink color. They also stand on one foot to conserve energy and retain body heat. They sleep standing up and can switch feet as they sleep.
saw something over here that got my attention. So we're gonna cross the street. He saw a sign. If coconut is she, wet, rainy, I don't understand.
Key West weather station. If coconut wet, she is rainy. If coconut swaying, she is windy. If coconut hot, she is sunny. If coconut cool, she is overcast. If coconut floating, she is high tide. If coconut gone, she is hurricane.
That's not, I can't believe you figured that out because that's not the way I would write that.
No.
It's illogical. But
No.
you figured it out.
Well, that's the only thing I can.
I did not, I would have stood here for a long time and never figured out how to read that.
That's the only way that it makes any sort of sense.
Well, good on you. You're handy to have around.
I might not know lots, but I'm trivial. We have arrived on Mallory Square. Let's see what's going on.
Mallory Square's sunset celebration begins every night, every day of the year, 2 hours before sunset. The celebration includes arts and crafts exhibitors, food vendors, and even some street performers. But the biggest thing every night is hundreds of tourists gather along Mallory Square just to watch the sunset. Oh, and one more thing before we go. I forgot to share this with you.
When you run out of gas in your dinghy, this is what you do.
We definitely have a guardian angel watching over us.
We have gas! Maybe we'll make it back to the boat.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.